Yo, what up, what up? Big Mike checking in, Real Talk TV. Hope you guys are blessed, having a great day or good evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. While I wait for some people to check into the live chat here, I'm just going to go ahead and remind you guys that once I reach 23,000 subs, I'll be doing that giveaway, man, for the Air Jordan 13 sneakers, brand new, and the Michael Jordan North Carolina college jersey, authentic, that I'll be giving away once I reach 23,000. So you guys who have not yet been notified about that, or who this your first time hearing it, please keep that in mind. Once I reach 23,000, I'll be doing that giveaway. So you guys help me get there if you're not already subscribed, all right? We're gonna wait for some people to get in the chat. If you have recently dropped in the chat, let me know who you are, where you hitting me up from. You know what I'm saying? Just want to check in on you guys, man. See how you guys doing. Had a long week myself. Oh man, it's been a long week, long eventful week. So look forward to talking about that once we get enough people in the chat. All right. So we got one person in so far. Well, was. It's all good, man. I don't know why people do that, man. Why do you come into the chat and not even say what's up or something? I mean, you just come, oh, there he is, and then just leave the chat. Like, that's so weird. I don't get why people do that, but whatever, to each their own. If you just dropped into the chat, man, let me know who you are and where you hit me up from. Just want to check in on you guys, man. Get a live chat going real quick. Not going to stay too long tonight. It's almost 11 o'clock, getting a little tired. About to wrap it up, call it a night soon. Just wanted to have a quick conversation with you guys, man. If you recently dropped into the chat, let me know who you are and where you are from. Belgium. Okay. Brit Barraquit. I am so sorry if I mispronounced your name. if I, Hey, wifey dropped into the chat. What up, baby? What's up, baby? Well, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, Brit. You have to pardon me. I lost my eyeglasses, man. I'm a little pissed about that still. I haven't had my glasses for over 2 weeks. I think I need to go and grab some new ones because I cannot find those things for the life of me. So I'm gonna have to get some new glasses, man. 41 years old, the eyes ain't the same, bro. I got to get some new glasses, man, ASAP. Cause I'm farsighted. For you guys who don't know that, I'm farsighted. You know, I have a hard time seeing things up close. So forgive me if I have a hard time reading some of your names here. I've got to get some new glasses ASAP, man. If you just drop into the chat, man, let me know where you're from. We just chopping it up tonight. Want to know how you guys' week was. Like I told you guys earlier, man, I had a pretty eventful week. Oh, man. It's one of those weeks I just could not wait to be over with, man. Y'all feel me? Jeez, man. Life is something else. But we ain't complaining about that. That's life, man. So what's up, babe? What time you going to that birthday party? I know you just text me about that. You having a hard time? Yeah, yeah. I had a crazy week, man. If you don't know, Britt, I had a accident with my vehicle about 4 months ago, roughly. It's September now. So yeah, back in late April, I had a auto accident, and as much as I hate to admit this, it was a drinking and driving case. You know, so I'm not proud of that, but I'm still dealing with that right now. And you know, the stuff that comes with that is it's a lot. It's a lot. In addition to work, in addition to life, in addition to just everything that comes at you. So it's been crazy. It's been crazy. So this week has been pretty stressful for me, but I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't want no sympathy. I don't want to. I don't throw pity parties, nothing like that. I've never gotten in any trouble legally in my life. That was the first time I've ever like really went through something like that, and it's all new to me. So it was really stressful for me. And like I told you guys before, I don't mind being transparent. I share with you guys the good, bad, and ugly parts about my life, man. I don't hold nothing back. I try not to anyway. I try to be an open book, man. So I don't try to be one of these people who get on here and act like everything's always perfect and I don't ever make no mistakes. I don't do that. I do not do that. Life for a man is hard. You are not lying. We got a heavy load to carry, man. Men have a heavy load to carry, and I think that a lot of times, especially in today's society, with the growth, of the female side of things in terms of how far women have come along in terms of being able to earn their own, I think that's something that's oftentimes overlooked, that men have a heavy load to carry. We have a heavy load to carry, man. You got to deal with the weight of the world. You got to take care of yourself, because no one's going to take care of no grown-ass man, right? No one's going to take care of no grown-ass man. I mean, people will have more sympathy for a woman and a child versus a grown man. If you're a grown man, you just out of luck, pretty much. So, yeah, men don't get no sympathy. The more you talk about what's on your mind, society calls it weak and all this other stuff. So men can compartmentalize a lot of things, and we don't talk about our issues that much. So, yeah, but like I said, I don't throw pity parties. I didn't grow up like that. But, every now and again, you have to let it out sometimes, but can't be overly doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because life goes on. Hi, Britt. I hope you are doing well. I am good. How are you doing? Hey, so who else we got in the chat, man? You know what I'm saying? You guys, let me know who you are and where you are from. Don't just come up in here being a weirdo, man, just looking and not saying nothing, man. We don't do that. If you want to do that, I appreciate it if you just don't, like, stay in the live chat. Don't just watch and not speak, man. That's just weird. So if you want to drop in the live chat, man, I appreciate it if you let me know where you're from, who you are. Don't forget to hit that like button for the live chat, all right? If you support the platform. If you don't, no harm, no foul. I know some of y'all get sensitive. Oh, why are you always asking people to hit the like button? Like, why not? What else are you here for if you're not going to be a supporter? Do you have kids? No, Britt, I currently do not have any kids right now. That's something me and my wife is going to try to work out in the near future once we get all her stuff cleared for her to come over here. As I told you guys before, and as some of you guys know, some of you guys may not know, my wife is Filipino, so we doing the whole visa process, currently for her to be able to come over here and join me. So, yeah, that's a tedious process in itself, man. What's up, Dismode 2020? Dismode says, I hate dating. You guys who just got in the chat, like I told Britt earlier, and I mentioned earlier in the chat, man, I don't have my glasses. So pardon me if I get some of you guys' names all mixed up. I lost my glasses like 2 weeks ago, man, and being at 41 years old now, I need my glasses, man. Shit. I need my glasses, man. I got to get some new glasses ASAP. I hate dating. What is that last word you were saying there, Dismode? I don't get that. You hate dating what? Ramsey King. What up, Ramsey King? Ramsey King says, you're the best, Big Mike. Hey, man, I'm humbled and I'm honored by your comment. I really am. The reason I continue doing these videos, man, is because of the feedback I got from you guys who let me know how much y'all appreciate the content, man. You guys really keep me going when you say things like that. So I appreciate you wholeheartedly. I really, really do. Because I'm an everyday average dude. I'm a hardworking guy. I got my ups and downs like everybody else. I don't try to pretend like I'm better than nobody else. I ain't perfect. I'm far from perfect, and I will not shy away from that. I'm just like everybody else, man. And I just so much appreciate when I'm able to get on here and share my experiences, and you guys appreciate it the way you do. So thank you, man. I'm humbled and honored by your comment. Thank you so much. Darth Skriels, what's that say? Filipina. And how much is a K1? I think it's about 6,000. Are you talking about the visa? No, we didn't pay that much. That's what you're talking about. No, I didn't pay that much. I think the initial application that we did through USCIS was about $350, and then a couple other fees we had to pay for like the whole what's that thing called, NVC, the National Visa Center. It's a lot, man. It's a long, tedious process, man. But right now, we're just awaiting her visa appointment for her to come over here. So it's a waiting game, man. You just gotta wait your turn. Ain't nothing I can do about it. These times, everything is all about woman, but no one is talking about how man struggle in this life. Oh, facts. Hey, Britt, we don't get no sympathy, man. Nobody gives a damn about men. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares that much about men. Those who pretend to, they can only pretend for a little while, but after a while, I mean, that's great that you do, Britt, and we appreciate people like you, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the vast majority, people who think like you. Most people don't give a damn about men. But for those who do, we appreciate you, like truly. But I learned a long time ago as a young boy, my stepfather taught me that, man, a long time ago, because when I was a kid, right, I had to earn my own money since I was 11 years old. He did not play when it came to spoiling me or nothing like that. He taught me from a young boy that no one's going to give you nothing. Nobody cares about your issues. And as a man, no matter how you're feeling, you got to get out there and get it. You cannot make excuses. No matter how you're feeling, you're depressed, you're sick, you're not in the mood, whatever the case is, you have to still go out and do what you got to do to, put food on your table, take care of your family. We don't got time for that. I mean, no matter how you're feeling, you can grieve for a little bit, you can be hurting for a little bit, you can be sad for a little bit, but we cannot afford to prolong that for weeks and months and years. You got people that's dependent on you as a family, as a leader of the household. You can't be out here crying like a little female all day long about your problems. That's why a lot of men compartmentalize things, and we just kind of keep it pushing, because a lot of us feel like we can't talk to nobody because society is constantly telling us that it's weak for a man to do that. And yeah, it's not right. I don't think so. I mean, because at the end of the day, no matter if you're a man or woman, we all human. We all got emotions. We all got things that that we are struggling with and battling and stuff like that. But when you got a family to feed, you got to provide for your house, you got rent to pay and all that stuff, there's not a whole lot of time for that. Like I say, this world does not give men the sympathy that they give women and children. Just is what it is. So I've been, I want to say, maybe a bit calloused in that regard. Some things that should bother me just doesn't bother me, because since I was a kid, my stepfather taught me to, suck it up pretty much. Yeah, you can hurt for a little bit, but you can't stay there long. Get up and get off your ass and get out here and get it going, man. You can't be out here crying like a little female all day, like I said. But like I was saying with him, though, he taught me how to be independent since I was a little kid. Since I was like 11 years old, I had to get out there and make my own money. He would not spend no more than $40 for a pair of sneakers for me for school. Now, you know how embarrassing that was when I wanted Jordans or something like that? You know what I'm saying? The $100 shoes that all the popular kids had. And he wouldn't give me no more than $40. He was like, yo, if you want the rest of that money that it takes to get those Jordans, you gotta get out there and earn it yourself. I'm not gonna spoil you. And so since I was a kid, 11 years old, he had me going out there and making my own money, cutting grass and doing odd jobs around the neighborhood and things like that. But now that I'm an older man, and now that I'm 41 years old, I can look back on my life and see how much that, that was critical for me to learn that early. Because But you don't learn skills like that early. That's what makes you more dependent on other people, and there's no place in a grown man's life to be dependent on anybody else. You got to be self-sufficient. You got to be a strong go-getter to make it out here in this world, because no one's gonna give you anything. And I'm glad he taught me that early, because tell you he didn't play. Life's not fair. Get a helmet. Big facts. Big facts. Man, prepare for the blows that's coming, man, because like I say, this world is a cold world, man. Today, everything is about status and money and brands. Facts. But the older I got, Britt, man, I used to think that way when I was younger, because, that's what all of the young kids will gravitate towards. But as I got older and I got responsibilities and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, I still like nice things, but I don't have to go over the top anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about brands. The only thing I care about brands when it comes, the only time I care about brands, maybe a little bit, is when it comes to shoes. I gotta have my nice shoes. But outside of that, I don't care about brands, man. As long as it looks nice on me and I can fit it, I'm cool. That's something I definitely grew out of, because I felt like that's what I needed to, feel sufficient back then. That's the way I thought. But I'm glad for growth. I'm glad for maturity and wisdom as I got older. I don't need no designer clothes for what? The main purpose of clothes is to cover your body. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't walking around out here naked. Who cares about what brand it is? As long as it looks nice on you, who cares about designer brands? Silly. Ramsey King says, he says, today's youth is too soft. Oh man, facts. I made videos about that. How soft today's generation is. It's like we live in a microwave era where all these kids want everything handed to them. And when things don't go their way, they're just quick to spaz out, man. They just have no emotional intelligence at all. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see. And there's no respect for elders, too, I noticed. You guys notice that, man. You guys see what's going on in the world, man. These kids do not have respect for elders anymore. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, man, if you disrespected an elder, the elder will whoop your ass, and then you got another one when you got home. It was no tolerating that back when I was coming up, man. Like, these kids are just too soft, too emotional. And the roles have been reversed for what I could see, man. You guys, men are more feminine, women are more masculine. It's like everything that was once a certain way back when I was young, it's like the world did a complete 180. And it's just, I don't even understand this world anymore. I stay in my own lane and I just mind my own business. I see things, but it's like, yeah, it's too much going on in this world to try to, put your attention on everything, 'cause they'll just stress you the heck out, and leave you depressed, man. So the things that I feel like I just need to kind of like ignore, and it is what it is, then I leave it alone. But I try not to give too much energy to that stuff, man, because like I said, if you keep worrying about what's going on with everybody else in this crazy world, it'll just drain you and leave you depleted. I ain't got time for that. Britt says, I buy from Shane cheap ass clothes. Hey, facts. Hey, I bought a couple joints from there too. Me and my wife, we shopped there a couple times. And hey, some of those clothes was fly too. I wouldn't go knock it, bro. I was not gonna knock it. Hey, some of those clothes were fly, and I loved it. My wife turned me on to Shein, actually. Yeah, she turned me on to Shein, because she had got me a couple of shirts without me knowing. She wanted to surprise me. She had got some clothes off of there, and she had got me a couple of shirts she thought I would like. And I was like, yo, where you get these from? She told me, and I was like, okay, I can rock with it. As long as it looks nice, I don't got no issue with it. Alexis says, hey, I made it. Yo, Alexis, what's good? Glad you made it myself, man, for real. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for dropping in. How you doing? Britt says, my husband works 2 jobs to provide for us, and I will not spend his money on brands, just a few clothes now and then, but keep it cheap. Yo, Britt, based on what I heard you say so far, man, this world can use more like you, man, for real. You know, a lot of women unfortunately don't think like you. Have you seen that show, Pop the Balloon to Find Love? Britt, if you have, or any of you have seen that show, put a one in the chat if you've seen that show. It's an accurate depiction of today's society and how people think, man. And it's just ridiculous. And the superficial stuff that these people are talking about, it's like, bro, what does the world come to when you got to have a certain amount of money to even get someone's attention? You got to wear a certain brand of clothes, or if you don't have a foreign car or something like that. It's like everything is about what you have and how much money you make. It's no longer about the character of the person. The character now is secondary. People don't care about your character no more. They just want to know what you got. And Britt, man, for real, I wish that this world had more people like you, you know, who was not out here looking to just get all designer brands and just blow the bag that their husband made and got him out here looking crazy, working hard while his wife's spending all this money. So shout out to you for being a real one. For real, for real. And my wife is the same way. My wife is very, you know, minimal. She doesn't require all of the designer bags and all this bunch of crazy stuff. She don't require. She'd rather take $2,000 and use that on something that's gonna like be of benefit, like a trip or something like that, or something that's gonna actually benefit us. She doesn't care to have a $2,000 designer bag. Like she's like, for what? She'd rather have a $10, you know, purse with $2,000 in it instead of having a $2,000 bag. That's how she is. So I appreciate her. But shout out to you, for Britt, for saying that. You're a real one. Ramsey says, I got stabbed a year and a half ago and I'm grateful to be alive. Hey, Ramsey, yo, fam. Thank God, man. Thank God you're still alive, man. And listen, man, nothing gives you a new perspective on life like nearly losing your life. I would know, like I told you guys, and those of y'all who have not heard my story on that, I nearly lost my life back in April when I had my vehicle accident, man. So I know what it's like to think that your time is about to be up or you may not make it, you know. I know what that's like. And then to have your life spared, you'll never be the same, you know. But thank God for sparing your life, man, for real, for real. You don't need to go into detail about what happened, but hey, all that matters is that you're still here, man, for real. I am a psalm and thankful for that. I'm sorry, Britt. I don't understand that word. It's SAHM. What does that mean? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what that one is. Mr. Cruz, what up, Mr. Cruz? How you doing? Mr. Cruz says, I gotta ask, is it, and like you guys who just dropped in the chat, well, rather to you guys who just dropped in the chat, you guys, please bear with me. As I mentioned earlier, I don't have my glasses anymore. I lost my glasses and I'm having a hard time reading some of the comments because I'm farsighted, for you guys who didn't know that. So, I mean, I can still see it, but I have to, you know, really, you know, kind of strain myself a little bit to read the comments here. But I got to get some new glasses ASAP. So you guys bear with me, please, all right? But Mr. Cruz says, I got to ask, is it odd for me to ask a colleague out on a date? Never been in a relationship before, and there's a cute colleague at my office who is a bit younger than me, and I'm 25. No, there's nothing wrong with asking a colleague out to work. I mean, I'm sorry, a colleague out on a date. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, personally, this is me personally, Mr. Cruz. I'm not a big fan of dating colleagues, but I understand not everybody thinks the same way. Some people may not see nothing wrong with it, and some people do have relationships that blossom into something beautiful, you know, from somebody they met at work. So I'm not saying that my experiences or the experiences of others is everyone's experience. You may find your wife at work, who knows? I mean, it happens, but just understand the risk you are taking when you date a colleague. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And I'm not gonna tell you how to. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but understand the risk you are taking when you do that. Because as long as things are beautiful, then great. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have a great relationship and things are fine, you won't have any problems. But if so for some reason things are not working out or things go left, that makes coming to work a living hell. So think carefully about that and be sure that's what you want to do. And yeah, just tread carefully, man. That's all I would say. You know, just be sure that she's really worth it if you want to risk asking her out, man. Because like they say, you don't really want to shit what you eat at. So, but take your chances if you feel like it's worth it. But if it's a lust thing, don't do that. Because I mean, you're gonna see beautiful women all over the place, man. But if you feel like she's something you can build something meaningful with, then hey, I won't knock it. I mean, you can meet your potential spouse or partner anywhere. But work is just one of those things where you got to really be careful, man. Like, I would say this, you know, I would prefer personally, like back when I was younger and single and I dated someone that worked, I would have preferred to have dated someone that was like not in my department or someone who worked a different shift than me or something like that. But same shift, same department, that's a little tough. Then you don't really get much. Then you don't really get much separation. You know, you seen each other outside of work, then you seen each other at work, and it's like, damn, you don't really get much time to like away from that person. So if you feel like it's worth the risk, man, by all means, do you, brother. Dave says, yo, what up, Dave? How you doing, brother? Dave says, Big Mike, how do you deal with people? How do you deal with people obligated to know your every moves and are offended if you are quiet? Love this channel. Hey Dave, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Like I said, comments like yours really keep me grounded. I'm humbled and honored by it, and it really like drives me to continue making the videos I make. So thank you for that. All right. But why would you say they're obligated to know your every moves? Why would they be obligated? I mean, look, man, you don't, if they feel like they're obligated to know your every move, then that's them. They can feel however they want. That don't mean you got to give it to them. I mean, who are they to have to know your every move? Who are they to you to have to know everything you're doing? If they don't matter much to you, to hell with them. You don't got to tell nobody nothing. You're a grown man. The only one who should know your every move, the only one who does know your every move is God. Outside of that, man, whoever feel like they got to know your every move can kick rocks. You don't got to explain nothing to nobody. And if they're offended because you're quiet, that's their problem. You know, and that's what I always say, man, in my videos, man. Whoever got a problem with you being yourself, you being yourself, you're not bothering nobody, you're not angry, you are just a quiet person, you don't really care to get in the mix of everything, and they are offended by that, that's their problem, not yours. Because all you're doing is being yourself, and you should never have to apologize for being yourself. To hell with what they think, man. Like, they don't like you being quiet. Sucks to suck. That's their problem. Like, man, you can't worry about everybody who got a problem with the way you are, because then you always trying to change and conform to how they want you to be, and you can't do that because you're gonna burn yourself out. Stay in your lane, be yourself. Whoever loves it and who likes you for you, great. Whoever doesn't, they can kick rocks, man. Not everybody gonna like you anyway. I always tell you guys that, man. Not everyone's gonna like you anyway, no matter what you do. Somebody's gonna have a problem with you, the way you do things, the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you talk. Someone's gonna have a problem with you no matter what, man. I would know this because I got this all the time. Some people don't like how aggressive I can be when I talk to them at work. I'm not aggressive at all. I'm just very stern. If I say something, I say it and I mean it, and I'm not joking around. Like, it's work. I'm being serious. What do you want me to do? Come to you and talk to you like you're 5 years old? No, if you're a grown man, I'm gonna talk to you like you're a grown man. Some people say, oh, you're too aggressive. Hey, that's just too damn bad. I'm not gonna apologize for being who I am. I'm not gonna coddle you like a baby. I expect you to know your job. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna talk to you like the adult you claim you are. And if you're too soft to handle that, that's not my problem. I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm not coming up to people, cursing them out and saying all kind of wild stuff to them. But at the same time, I'm not gonna baby them either. So I don't care about who got an issue with how I do things or say things all the time. I can't worry about stuff like that. Neither can you, Dave. All right? If they got a problem with you being quiet, that's on them. You guys hit the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor. I don't mean to keep beating, that dead horse or nothing like that. But if you're in the chat, man, do your boy a favor, hit the like button, man. All right? And if you don't, that's okay. But I would appreciate it if you do. And I see a couple people that jumped out of the chat when I said that. That's just weird, man. Why are you watching somebody if you're not gonna be a supporter? Like, don't watch me if you're not gonna support me, man. I just don't want nobody doing that. Don't watch me if you're not gonna be a supporter. You don't want to hit the like button. You don't want to say nothing. You just want to sit here and watch people talk in the live chat. That's just weird. Mr. Cruz says also, it's true what you say that for some damn reason, most girls of my age or younger want to be masculine. And if you are, again, you guys, pardon me, I don't have my glasses, so please bear with me as I read your comments, okay? Also, it's true that what you say that for some damn reason, most girls my age or younger want to be masculine. And if you as a guy spoke up, man, this is wild. Well, I'm doing that old man glare. You know what I'm saying? When they be doing that, like when they can't see stuff, they gotta hold the phone like way back here. Boy, I'm at that stage right now, boy. This is wild. Spoke up about it. You were considered. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz, man. I'm having a kind of a hard time seeing that bottom part of your comment. Let me see here. Considered manipulating. Okay. Mr. Cruz, I'm gonna have to try to see if I can get back to that because, let me see something. Oh my God. Lord have mercy on my eyes. Jesus. Grace from the Lord above. I'll keep on rolling along. That's what's up. Absolutely, Ramsey. For sure. Mr. Cruz says, you were considered weak if you allowed that behavior. Yeah, absolutely. Big facts. Alexis says, that show's ridiculous. It is, man. Like, I watch it because it's like I said, an accurate depiction of, where we at in modern society. And I like seeing some of the dudes who go in there and they roast the chicks, man. It's kind of funny to me because these women are eliminate these men for the most minuscule reasons, but then they can't take rejection when a man tells them that they don't like them for whatever reason. The women can't take it, but they'll be quick to tell a man, "Oh, you're too short," or "I don't like your pants," or "I don't like the way you came in here and you held me accountable for something I said," or something like that. And I was like, "Yo, like that's just crazy." Like, thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore, man. And that dating scene is crazy. It's crazier than when I was dating, and it's just gonna get worse. Man, you guys, man, get your passports ready, man. I'm telling you, but it's to that point. Western dating is dead, bro. Get your passports ready, cause it's over here. It's over. Yes, I have. Oh, let me try to see if I can get back to Mr. Cruz's comment here because I had a hard time seeing when I was reading your comment, man. My vision just went freaking blurry. I need to get some new glasses next week, man. I can't do this anymore. Also, it's true what you say that for some damn reason, most girls my age or younger want to be masculine. If you, as a guy, spoke up about it, you were considered manipulating, but if not, then weak. Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's weird, man. I get you, bro. Trust me. Uh, Britt says she a real one. Your wife? Oh yeah, my wife a real one, man. Like my wife. I'll say this, man. My wife has helped me. She's helped to restore my faith in a woman again. Because when I met my wife, I didn't trust women at all. Like I was terrible. I was terrible. Like I was trained to not trust women when I was young. My uncle taught me this. I learned from things I observed in the community where I grew up at. I've seen a lot of women do some grimy, shady stuff. Like I witnessed my own mother do things. I witnessed my sister do things. Date a lot of guys. I saw my best friend's mom date a lot of guys. I saw women set guys up. I mean, I seen so much stuff, man. And I met my wife when I was 37. I'm 41 now. I met her when I was 37. And so you got to think, from the time I was young up until 37 years old, I've seen a lot of scandalous things women have been doing, not only in my community, but when I left to join the military, it was even, it was like 10 times worse in the military because damn near everybody cheats in the military. It's crazy. I seen so much crazy stuff, and it's like, who can you trust, man? Like, so I had a very bad taste in my mouth about committing to a woman. I didn't trust women. So I would just date and I would keep a woman to like arm's length. I wouldn't let them get so close to me because I already knew what a lot of them are capable of doing. So I was like, man, nah, I ain't doing that. But then when I met my wife, she definitely helped to just watching how she goes about her life. And yeah, man, I don't, wow. I owe it to her for that because she really helped me to drop my guard a little bit, when it came to trusting a woman and letting a woman close to me. And just seeing how she goes about her life and how she moves, yeah, that definitely came with action. It wasn't just words, her just saying, oh, you can trust me. Nah, I saw how she carried herself, over a period of time, and she was very consistent with that. So that helped me drop my guard when it came to her. She definitely a real one. And like I said, she's not like one of these high maintenance, type of women who just, oh, you got to do all of this for me. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like she's very simple. She's a simple woman, simple beauty. She's not no woman who got to go out here and do the most to be pretty. She's naturally beautiful. So who is more? Oh, my wife asked me. My wife is in the chat right now. She asked me who is more the spender. Oh, I am. Oh, hands down. My wife is very minimal. Like I said, I mean, like, yeah, I'm improving. I'm trying to improve on that, but yeah, I'm definitely more of a spender than my wife is, for sure. Trump or Kamala? Hey, Callie, with all due respect, and I don't mean this to like be rude or nothing like that. Please don't take it that way. But I don't discuss politics on my channel. Okay? I just prefer not to. Politics is something. It just causes too much friction between people. I don't do that at work, and I don't do that here. Okay? I don't discuss politics, bro. People get way too caught up in their feelings when it comes to politics. I've seen it too many times. I'm not doing that here. Ramsey, the G for recovery, just came back from a Ramsey restaurant. So, from a Ramsey restaurant, so the coincidence. Okay. You guys, please don't do politics on this channel, all right? Please don't do that. You guys can talk amongst yourselves on like another platform when it comes to that type of stuff. Let's not do no politics stuff here, all right? I'm respectfully asking that. No politics at all. We're not gonna start that. I asked the colleague. Wow, Mr. Cruz, you might have to email me, man. You write a lot. Let me see. He says, I asked the colleague questions earlier. Oh my God. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. My eyesight is really bothering me, but my vision rather is really bothering me. I asked a colleague question earlier. As I said, I've never been in a relationship before. No girlfriend, never. Yo, Mr. Cruz, how old are you, man? You never had a girlfriend? How old are you, bro? You sound pretty young to say that. Majority of my life behind the books or using the computer. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hit those books, man. Shit, the women will always be there. They ain't going nowhere. How old are you, man? It it effing sucks. Never having experience or knowledge. I have no clue. Man, I'm sorry. I might have to cut this freaking live short here in a little while, man. This is crazy. I have no clue what the heck to do at this point or seen as an experienced individual. Man, Mr. Cruz, don't overthink it, man. If you don't have no experience with women, I get that. I mean, we've all been there. But my advice to you is don't overthink it. You know, it's a human being. Just be yourself, be normal, be natural, and just talk to the woman. That's it. Just talk to the woman. But don't talk more than she does. That's my advice. You know, a lot of men, especially when they don't have no experience with women, they get too like googly eyed and they get, overly impressed with the woman. Talk to her like a normal person. That's all she is, a normal human being. She eats, she breathes, she sleeps, she uses the bathroom just like you. Don't overcomplicate it, man. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Talk to her, ask her some questions, stop provoking questions, and let her do most of the talking. All you do is ask the questions, maybe, share a little humor here and there. Let her do most of the talking like 80% of the time. So women love to talk. So don't get caught up in overly talking, being overly talkative, because that's going to turn a woman off. She don't like a man that talks more than she does. Now, I say that, but yet I talk more to my wife when it comes to certain things, but it just depends. Like I'm more talkative. I think I'm more talkative than my wife when it comes to social settings, and sometimes when I'm expressing certain feelings I have, but that's how we are. But I'm still like kind of a more reserved type person, but my wife is just more reserved than I am. That's all it is. But yeah, man, just don't overcomplicate it. All right. A lot of us girls my age, a lot of girls my age or younger, a lot of girls my age or younger, not all, but a lot rather be with someone who's been in the game that never, especially if most of the girls among my age group want to be masculine. Yes, sir, I feel that, man. The good old days are truly gone. I miss how things used to be. Hey, same. But hey, Ramsey, we got those memories, man. We got those memories. You know what I'm saying? We got stories for days. You know what I'm saying? We can recall how things used to be. At least we got that experience. At least we got those memories. These kids that's coming up now don't have that. They grew up during the social media era, so they don't have no, experience like the experience that we had growing up. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that remembrance of those things or those days, And I think it's kind of it's actually unfortunate for both sides. You know, it's unfortunate for our side, the older generation who knew the world before it became the way it is now, because we hate to see things the way they are now because we know how things used to be. And these young kids now will never experience what we experienced when we were growing up. So they don't have what we would call normal childhoods. You know, these kids aren't outside anymore playing basketball in the basketball courts or riding bikes in the streets and playing outside, drinking water out the, garden hose outside and stuff like that. They're not experiencing what we experienced growing up, man. So yeah, it's kind of a con for both sides, man. But hey, that's the world, man. And unfortunately, we're not going back to that. But like I said, we got the experience, and that, I feel like that's our job, that's our responsibility to pass on what we learned from our elders to these younger generations. That's another reason why I created this channel. I wanted to impart, whatever life experience I can to benefit some of the youth out there, because I came up in the earlier generation. My experiences, everything I've been through in my life, man, that I feel like people can relate to, and also to encourage the youth and teach the youth things that, my forefathers taught me, or my grandmother taught me. Because we don't have a lot of OGs out there that's keeping it real with these younger people, man. Like, these OGs now try to be friends with the young people. They trying to be their friend, and trying to be in the club with them all the time and stuff like that, man. That's crazy. Like, we gotta impart some wisdom, the best of our ability, to the youth, man. So that's why I created this channel, and I enjoy doing it. It's a challenge, man, doing this YouTube stuff. I ain't gonna lie, because life happens, and I gotta balance this, the military, and married life, and trying to stay in shape, and YouTube, and it's not easy, but for what it's worth, I enjoy it, man. But yeah, you're definitely right. It is hard for a boy, man, these days to find a good woman. It is all about themselves, Instagram, and posting their bodies, like OnlyFans and stuff. So sick. Yeah, Britt, for real. For real. It's disgusting. Truly disgusting what a lot of these young women are doing. But that's not their fault, though. Because the simps, these freaking simps, are enabling these young women. These simps are the ones, and that's why I said before, I believe one time in an earlier video, that women are going to not stop. They're not going to stop this stuff if the men keep supporting it. If men get themselves together and not support this stuff, then women don't have no choice but to fall in line. Because they see that, wow, I'm doing this stuff for no reason, because nobody's supporting what I'm doing on OnlyFans or Instagram and stuff like that. And so it's really the men's fault, man, because there's simps out there that's not getting no action from no woman. They're supporting this stuff. Now, listen. If you're gonna watch something, if you're gonna watch explicit material, listen, I don't tell nobody how to live their life. That's your life. You do what you do. But paying for it, that's what messes me up. Paying to see the stuff when you can watch whatever you want to watch for free, but you paying for it? These women gonna give you a date because you paid them some money to see them doing whatever on OnlyFans. These women don't give a damn about you. They care about your pocketbook, man. They don't care about going out on a date with you. And these guys are paying for it, bro. That's where I lose brain cells thinking about that. Like, yo, who does that? All the stuff they got out there for free and you paying for it. They don't get no more simp than that. If I could, I want to live in the 90s. Yo, the 90s was the time, man. The 90s was the time. Like, those were the days where you could still watch TV shows with the family. TV was lit back then. And I love, like, the weekend TV lineup back then. You had Martin on back in the day, and Family Matters and all those classic shows of the 90s. Man, like, that was a time. And before social media, the world was so much different. And then when I said that one time, I made a video that I missed life pre-social media, and I had somebody say, well, well, you living in Stone Age and blah blah blah. Things have changed. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying I'm against change. I'm not against change, but let's be real here. Social media has its advantages. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking social media, but social media is responsible for the downfall of society, and by and large, man. Because look what the people have done with it. When Facebook first came out, freaking, it was mainly about contacting family, keeping in touch with old friends and things like that. It was not none of this provocative stuff you're seeing online nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, people took social media and just totally just it's like they corrupted it, man. Like, it's just too much now. And that's what I miss the innocence. I miss the innocence of the way the world, if that makes any sense. I miss how innocent the world, more, well, I wouldn't say it was innocent, but I just miss the human connection that we used to have before social media. There was a lot more of a human connection back then. People actually went to each other's house and hung out, and we talked. When we was all in the room, we would have a conversation with each other, because there were no cell phones. We didn't have smartphones back then. We didn't have freaking Facebook and all that stuff to just scroll on all day and not pay nobody no mind in the room. We actually had to talk to each other. We had to do things outside. We had to, watch TV. There was no YouTube back then, so you watch TV. If nothing was on TV, you go to the basketball court, play ball all day, stuff like that. That stuff just don't happen no more, man. The 90s was a lit time. I just wish I was old enough to go out back then, because I'm an 83 baby, so 1998, 1999, I was 15, 16, so I was old enough to really go out and do nothing. But I still remember the 90s, of course, and I'm saying, the music, the way the artists used to dress back then. They over-sexualizing everything now, man. It's just ridiculous. I seen this freaking, I hate to get off topic here, but I had seen this, it's a YouTube clip of a lady. See, this is how sick and twisted society has become. I seen this lady on YouTube who had her thumbnail of her cooking channel. Now, this is a freaking cooking channel. You guys heard me right. A cooking channel where the thumbnail, this lady had on her freaking underwear. Do you have to show your ass to show how to cook food? Like, that's how sick this world has become, man. Like, it's just retarded. That's crazy. Martha Stewart is gone. I mean, people like Martha Stewart. I didn't mean to say she dead and nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, those types of, like, of chefs, or like, experienced kitchen people, those types are gone, where they dress modest and in the kitchen showing you how to bake biscuits. It ain't like that no more, man. It ain't like that no more. These women feel like they got to show their ass now to show you how to make a freaking pie or the fried chicken. Like, man, that's so crazy, man. I'm like, bro, I hate to go on a rant, y'all. I'm sorry about that, but let me get back to my comments, man. Fluffy, yo, you wild, man. You wild, yo. You say about it, we I eat ass too. Hey, man, hey, again, I ain't telling about how to live your life, man. Do you, player? I ain't got nothing to say about that. You wild. Shang-a-lang-a-lang, shang-a-lang-a-lang. You crazy, man. My wife and that ass. Yo, Fluffy, you a trip, man. Ramsey says, I'm 51 years old. I truly miss the 20th century. Yeah, yo. I miss it. I miss it, but unfortunately, those times are gone, never to return again. And what's scary when you think about it is that when you see the way this generation is now coming up, I wonder what this world's gonna look like in another 20 years. Because this current generation is probably going to say the same thing we saying now about them when they got then they got the next generation coming up after them. I'm telling you, each generation seems to get worse. You know, I'd hate to see what this world look like in the next 20, 30 years, man. It's going to be a sad sight to see because we are already in a place now where kids are just running amok. Nobody respects the elders anymore. Nobody respects nothing no more. Like, things ain't sacred anymore, you know? Like, there's no shame anymore. Like, I remember back when I was a kid, there used to be shame for things. You didn't want to do certain things because you didn't want to bring shame to your family. That stuff don't exist no more. People just don't care at all. Like, it was a shame for a young woman to be pregnant before marriage back when I was a kid. Like, that was a shame unto her family. Nowadays, it's just normal. People celebrate the kids before they celebrate marriage now. It's just, hey, man, that's just what it is. This world was just, did a complete 180. And unfortunately, we will never go back to the way it used to be. But, hey, man, such is life, man. Britt says, you know, these days, people don't have shame anymore. They don't have values. Dang, I just said that. Yeah, right on, Britt, for sure, man. And you know, that has a lot to do with the parenting. Because guess what, Britt, I'm sure you know. You know why that is, Britt? Kids don't get their ass whooped no more. They don't get spankings no more. So when you don't have no discipline in the house, when you don't have no discipline instilled in you at home, what do you think these kids gonna do when they run out there in the streets? Like, we got our ass whooped. Like I told you guys in earlier videos, I didn't do a lot of stuff when I was young. I did do things when I was young. I was a knucklehead. I told y'all that. Like, I did some things I'm not proud of, but at the same time, I knew not to step over, you know, out of bounds. I didn't go too far. Like, I had friends that did things in the streets and stuff like that. They would try to get me to go with them. I'm like, man, heck no, I ain't doing that. Y'all go on ahead, because I was afraid of my stepfather, man. Like, as a young boy should be. You should have a healthy level of fear for your father or your stepfather, whoever is raising you. Because, I mean, out of respect, man, you don't want to disappoint that person who put so much into you. So I didn't do a lot of stuff out of fear of what may happen to me when I got home. I didn't fear the cops. I feared my stepfather. So I didn't do a lot of stuff out of fear of getting my ass beat when I got home. So, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, man. It was, yeah. Like I said, and there was, like I said, there was shame back then. There's no more shame, like you said. There's no more shame. Because kids don't really get this discipline anymore. Because now, when you spank your kid, now you got society telling you that that's abuse. That's not abuse. There's a difference between abuse and discipline. Abuse is when you are just excessive in your punishment of a child. That's when you are excessive and you're doing the most, you're doing way too much. That's abuse, when it's beyond what's necessary. But when you stay within bounds of what it takes to bring your child back to their senses when they're losing their freaking mind, that's not abuse, that's discipline. Your job is to steer your child in a way, your job is to steer them in the direction that they need to go. And at times, if you are talking to your kid or you are trying your best to not spank your kid and they are still going left, you see that they are throwing their life away. It may take you having to, you know, give them that physical discipline to get them back in line. You know, if it comes to that. But unfortunately now, you even so much as talk to your kid in a stern fashion, man. Like, these people talking about, oh, that's too far. Like, man, this is wild. If they think what's going on now is abuse, trust me, they didn't want to see us get our spankings when we were coming up. That was attempted murder. The way we got our ass beat. These kids talking about, oh no, crying because the parents disciplined them or took their cell phone. Man, please. Yo, you guys who are in the chat right now, if you have not hit the like button, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you don't mind, I'm not begging you, as some of y'all may say. I'm not begging, but if you so choose, hit the like button for your boy, all right? Alexis says, how to find partner when you are a more reserved or quiet person. Well, Alexis, you'll have to you'll have to go places where, I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you except you're gonna have to talk to somebody, man. Like that's just, you got to go places where you can possibly meet people, and it don't always have to be a club or a bar. I mean, that's not always the case. You can meet someone anywhere, but if you see someone you're interested in, you got to have the courage to perhaps let them know in a subtle way that you like them, or have the courage to speak to them. I mean, and it's simple. You can just go up to them and just give them a simple hello, and ask them a couple questions to maybe break that ice and get to know them. But, if you're a quiet person, there's really no way around that. You're gonna have to speak. You're gonna have to try to break the ice and get to talk to somebody, get to know them, and hopefully it goes further than just that saying hello. But you're gonna have to muster up the courage to speak to them. Because like I told you guys before, I'm not a loud, overly talkative person. I can be quiet when I really, need to, when I need to be. I'm more quiet than I am just loud and outspoken. But, when it came to me wanting to talk to somebody, I never shied away from that really. If I want to talk to a person, I just talk to them. It's not that hard. It really ain't, man. I think sometimes people today just overcomplicate getting to know someone, man. Like you gotta just have the courage to go up to someone that you like and just say hello. Start there, say hello, ask basic questions, break the ice, get to know them a little bit, where you from, and maybe ask them out on a date or whatever the case is. But you're gonna have to eventually open up your mouth and speak, man. And go places where the kind of people that you want to possibly run into are going to be. Like I said, if it's not a bar or a club, don't hang out in places like that, because most of the people like that are just wanting to have a one night stand or just have short-term fun. Go to places where the people that you want to talk to are going to be. And Britt says, let them come to you. Hey, absolutely. I agree with Britt. Let them come to you too. I mean, if you don't wish to be the first to initiate conversation, you don't have to. But you can also just give little subtle clues to a person that make them may want to approach you. You don't always have to be the first one to break the ice. Give a subtle clue. But you can't be like overly shy and like being a weirdo now. Like they look at you, you doing like this, and you trying to like avoid eye contact. No, if they look at you, try to maintain eye contact. That's very important. Eye contact says a lot. And if that person is interested in you, they'll make the approach. Or they'll give you a clue as to, let you know that you can approach them. Mr. Cruz says 25. Okay, still fairly young. Yeah, but don't overcomplicate it, Mr. Cruz, man. Just just keep it simple. Like I said, females are human beings, so you don't have to like overly complicate things just to be out on a date with them or whatnot. Just keep it simple. Don't be overly talkative and get overly excited to the point where you're gonna turn the woman off. Women do not like a man who talks too much, who brags too much, or who don't know how to carry a conversation. So just know the basic things to ask a female. Ask her what are her interests. What does she see herself at in 5 years? Ask her things that provoke thought. Don't ask her just, well, where you from? Ask her things like, what are you passionate about? What are some things you enjoy doing in your spare time? What do you see yourself, like I said, in 5 years? How do you, how would you describe yourself? Would you say you're a good person? Ask her things that's going to provoke thought and get her to continue talking. And when she's done, ask her another question. And you'll know when a woman's interested in you because she'll reciprocate. When you asking her questions and she does not reciprocate, the question back to you, she's not really wanting to get to know you. If you asking her where you from, and she say, "Oh, I'm from Texas." Okay. What brings you here? Work. If it's just little simple little one-liners like that, then you already know it ain't going nowhere. But if she really likes you, you ask her a question, she'll ask you, okay, what about you? Tell me more about yourself. That shows you that she's interested in wanting to get to know you as well. So yeah, don't overcomplicate it, man. Just treat her like a normal, everyday human being. Oh yeah, just talk normally. I've seen guys react like kids, like women. It's weird. Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Yeah, I mean, don't treat her like a freaking celebrity because she's gonna treat you like a fan. I mean, like I said, she ain't no better than you. And don't be, do not be. I wish I could tell myself this when I was younger, man. Like the older I got, and I seen women as people, it just got so much easier for me when I was dating at the time before I got married. It was like, man, because you think you put these pretty women on a pedestal, thinking that they're better than you. They're no better than you. What makes them better than you? What makes them better than you? Give me one reason why they're better than you. Is it pretty? Beauty fades. So what? They're pretty. They're still a human. Like this world puts pretty people on the pedestal. Like, oh, you're supposed to revere them, and and they out of your league and all that. Man, I never believe that. I never believe that. I'm not saying you saying all that, Mr. Cruz. I'm just saying like I just don't overcomplicate it. I just kept it simple, and I treated women like people. Like I just didn't care. Like she, whatever. They like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. Alexis says, I never got asked out on dates or anything, so it's like I'm trying to figure it out on my own. I'm 27 now. Okay. Okay. Alexis, yeah, Britt asked if you're a man or a woman. That's a good question because I was actually going to ask you the same thing. From what I read, you seem like it sounds like you're a female. I don't want to offend you if you're not, but just based on what you wrote, I take it you're a female. Let me catch up on my comments, man. You guys been sitting here typing and I'm talking too much. My bad, y'all. I missed the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Simple times. Yeah, facts. The days where you can go to your neighbor house, ask for a cup of sugar, things like that. The days where if your mom wasn't home, you can go to your neighbor's house and do your homework and eat a nice hot meal, and neighbors took care of your kids for you and things like that. Yeah, it ain't like that no more, man. Britt says, I don't have social media. Trust me, you will live better. Facts. I mean, I got social media, but I barely use it. Like, YouTube is the only social media that I use on a regular basis because, I get to control what I watch. And obviously, I'm a part time YouTuber, so I'm on YouTube more than anything. I don't do Facebook that much like I used to. I definitely have cut back on that drastically. And I don't use Instagram hardly at all. Like I hadn't posted on Instagram since probably freaking what's it, September? I hadn't posted on Instagram in like 6 months. Like I don't, yeah, I don't care about social media no more. It's like it's a waste of time for me. I can be doing so much more to better myself and better my life than being social media all day. So I mean, yeah, it's cool here and there, but yeah, I'm cool on that. I said I only keep it to like keep in contact with some people, friends and family and stuff like that. But yeah, I have it, but I don't. I'm not active on that like I used to be. So I don't blame you at all. Good on you, Britt, for real. Britt says it's all about likes and views, wasting time on your screen. Family first, spend time with them. That is what matters. those followers would not make you happy. Facts. Most of them ain't your friends anyway. I mean, how many people on your friends list do you really talk to? They're friends when you got freaking 1,500 friends on your Facebook. How many of them you really talk to? Maybe a few, if any at all. Man, so yeah, I mean, it's only entertainment, man. It's only entertainment, and then, like I said, you got some people that you're really close with. You can keep in contact with them on social media, say what's up, how you doing. Maybe scroll for a few minutes, see what's going on your news feed, but it's not real life. It's not real life, man. So I feel you on that, Britt. Ramsey says, I'm 51 and I was born in 73. Oh, that's what's up. OG. Yo, Ramsey, do you have a YouTube channel? I mean, do you actually make videos? I know you got a YouTube because you got an account, but like, do you do YouTube videos by chance? I missed staying out until the streetlights came on when I was a young boy. Oh man, those were the days, yo. Those were the days. Streetlights was curfew. Big facts. And you better not be late either. last thing you wanted was for your mama to come outside and yelling your name down the street. Britt says, kids need the parents. These days, girls get pregnant and again, I'm sorry, guys. I promise y'all I can read. I just don't have my glasses. So please bear with me on that, all right? I said that 100 times already, but for those of y'all who haven't heard it yet, I don't have my glasses, so please bear with me as I read your comments. Kids need the parents. These days, girls get pregnant and one fight with their boyfriend or husband. They leave all those single mothers. They cannot raise a child. You need two parents. Yeah, facts. I mean, me coming from a single parent household, I saw how that affected me, and fortunately I didn't end up on the wrong side of the track, but a lot of people do. Two parents is critical. That's very important for the development of a young child. And yeah, those who don't get that, it's like you behind the curve. You got to learn a lot of your lessons the hard way, which is what I had to do. I didn't have my mom, so I had to learn the hard way about, how to form a relationship with women and stuff like that, because I didn't have my mom to teach me those things. I'd have my mom to give me that balance. I didn't have my mom to give me that like nurturing side. So when all I had was my father, who was hard on me, I guess that's what made me more of a serious, personality, I would say. So, and even I'm that way to this day. I mean, I can be, chill and funny and all of that, but for the most part, I would say I'm a pretty serious person because of how he raised me. I didn't have that balance growing up, and so, but yeah, man, both parents is critical, if you want a balance in your life. But those of us who don't have that, got to figure it out. Unfortunately, you just got to figure it out. A lot of your lessons are learned the hard way. My wife says it's about technology now at the early age. They giving their kids or teenagers gadgets. Yeah, that's crazy how these parents now raise these kids with freaking iPads. Like, instead of like spending time with the kid and teaching the kid something now, y'all notice that? How parents will have like a two-year-old making noise, they'll just give them the iPad. Like, that's wild. That kid don't need no iPad. They need some time with their parents. They need to be taught something. They need to learn discipline early. Even at 2 years old, yes, 2 years old, 3 years old, you need to start teaching them discipline early, because that's the formative years. You got to plant those seeds early, not give them a freaking iPad. Like, that's crazy, man. I would never do that. For example, Philippines is also on the way to being westernized. They've seen a lot on their gadgets. Yep. See? Western influence has trickled its way over to other countries through social media. Everybody want to be everybody else nowadays. Nobody want to be themselves. Everybody want to be like the next person that they're watching on freaking social media. And it's just sad, man. It's crazy. And that's why when it comes to like social media. I really try to like keep that to a minimum because yeah, too much of that's not good for your soul, man. It's not just not good for you. Ramsey says dating was easier in the 90s, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't dating in the 90s, of course. I was only like 14, 15, 16 years old, but I do remember my cousin dating. I had an older cousin. Well, I have an older cousin. He's still alive. I have an older cousin who I remember dating back when I was younger. He's 8 years older than me, so he was dating. And what I remember watching him is that the girls he was talking to, they loved him, man. Like they was in love, and because back then, the women weren't as out there as they are now. Not saying you didn't have women out there like that, but it was not as widespread as it is now with women out there who are able to sleep around and hop around from guy to guy. It wasn't like that back then. I remember when women would sleep with a guy, guys I would watch do this stuff, they would, if a woman slept with a guy back then, in her mind, she was in a relationship. It was no, oh, I'm about to go over to this guy and see what he talking about. I'm gonna go see what this guy talking about. Oh, he got more money. Let me go talk to him. If that girl lets you get on top of her and do what you had to do, oh man, y'all in a relationship. She wasn't really trying to go out to the next Tom, Dick, or Harry, or the next Ray Ray or Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Right after she slept with you. You know what I'm saying? So I remember seeing my cousin having this one young lady who was obsessed over him, man. Like, but my cousin, he was doing his thing. I ain't gonna lie, but she was definitely into him. I could tell, man. Like back then, it was way different, man. Like women wasn't just hopping around like that back then. I definitely remember that. Ramsey said social media has messed things up. Absolutely, big facts. Mr. Cruz says, I understand what you mean. I'll just make sure not to hang with ones that believe they are all that. Hell no. Big facts, bro. Big facts. Don't do it, man. Yeah, you want to hang with a chick who's humble, man. A chick who's, grounded. And it's harder to find that nowadays because social media has it's puffed everyone's mentality up. It's made a lot of people, I would say, a lot of people deceive. A lot of people are just they're deceived now because of social media, man. They're trying to compare themselves to the next person. Not no one's trying to be their own person anymore. And hey, man, like I say, the world has just changed. It's not going to be the way it was anymore. And yeah, just is what it is. If that made any sense. I don't really hate social media, but I miss going to libraries. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have any libraries where you at, Ramsey? I mean, I still seen a few libraries that are still open, man. They don't have those near in your area where you live at? No, I really don't have my own YouTube channel. One day I will. That's what's up, Ramsey. That's what's up. I hope that you get that off the ground, man, because we could all use some positive words from those who from the previous generation, those who got a little wisdom to share. We can all use that. I like watching wise people myself, man. Like people who are older than me. I like learning from people. I never stop learning. That's one thing about me. I never stop learning. I always love to learn from other people's experiences and share my own at the same time. So, if you start a YouTube channel, man, for sure, I definitely support. Just hit me up next time that we do a live chat up on here, man. Let me know that you got one off the ground, and I'll definitely support you, man. All right. Yo, you guys who are in the chat, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do that. If you have, I appreciate it. But you know what I'm saying? It's all good either way. It doesn't really matter. Just asking and reminding you guys. All right. So what up, man? What else y'all want to talk about? I think I'm about to probably get up off of here in a little bit because, like I told y'all, I need to replace my glasses. My vision is going in and out. Like, boy, getting older ain't no joke, boy. It's a real thing. Getting older ain't no joke. You know, people don't believe I'm 41, man. I get that a lot too. People be like, "Oh, you 41? Damn, that's crazy. I thought you were like 30." Like, nah, nah. I've been around for a while, man. Been around for a while. Man, people just leaving the chat without even saying bye. That's just rude, man. Some of y'all whack as hell. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of y'all whack, bro. Not all of y'all. I love, those who support me for real. But some people just so rude, bro. Like, I just gonna be up in the chat talking, don't even say bye. Like, good night, nothing. Just gone. Who? That's all good, man. I'm just messing with y'all, man. But anywho, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. You guys who have hung in here with me this long, I appreciate it. I enjoyed the chat, and wish you guys nothing but peace and blessings in this week coming up. And yeah, before I get on up out of here, man, you guys got any final says or alibis before I get on up out of here? I'm gonna give you guys like another minute, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. All right? Anything you guys want to say before I get up out of here, or ask me? Jason, enjoy your night, Mike. Hey, appreciate your family. You do the same, man. Peace and blessings and much love. About to take my behind the bed, boy. Dang, boy. I remember when I was 21, I'd just be getting started. As low after midnight, I'd just be getting started. I had the energy to go all night. Now in my 40s, shit, boy. Ain't like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. But anywho, I love you guys, man. Y'all be blessed and take care, man. Until next time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all take care, man. Love you guys. Peace, man.